I believe if you're the type of person that has a strong moral compass or has a set of values that you consistently follow, I believe people will let you lead them. But if you're a person who changes with the direction of the wind, that's when I think people start to see the true you. And I want to show you what the Democrat Party is of today. I've told many of you I used to be a Democrat, but the party left me, and I believe it's left most of America. And here is a prime example of people with no moral compass. Prior to the 2020 election, we had the George Floyd incident and, of course, the riots, and they jumped on the bandwagon of defund the police. I have a video here showing you of how they all felt and what they said. And then I'm going to show you what they're saying today. Check this out.
Reallocation of resources from NYPD.
We will be moving funding from the NYPD to youth initiatives and social services.
They are talking about reducing the allocation of resources to that department. And I think every single city in this country ought to be thinking about the same thing.
Yes, I support the defund movement. I'm for responsible reallocation of resources.
And defund the police.
I think you do all those other things, you don't need all the money that's going to the police department. So yeah, I mean, the spirit of it, I do support that.
Yeah, and a lot of us were asked if we could imagine a future without police back in 2017 when we were running for office. And I answered yes to that question.
We are going to reduce funding in the police department and redirect that money.
There's no reason the police budget should just keep growing and growing and growing. They can make sensible cuts to policing.
We propose to redirect over $7 million from the police bureau.
That our city, through our city administrative officer, identified $250 million in cuts.
Rashida Tlaib tweeting, "No more policing, incarceration, and militarization. It can't be reformed."
When they're saying defund the police, what are they saying? They're saying we want fundamental, basic change when it comes to policing. And they're right.
We are reallocating funds. The police department here in Minneapolis needs to be dismantled, and we need to start anew.
In some necessary cases, completely dismantling those police forces.
Police departments are taking a sizable amount of the budget of a lot of municipalities and other entities. We need to look at those budgets, pull some of the money back, and invest it in other things.
We are committed to shifting resources.
Our calls to defund the police have been met with resistance.
To stop investing so much money in this militarized police force and instead invest in the things that our community really needs.
Yes, I support a radical reimagining of community safety and public safety.
I do believe that we need to reallocate resources away.
And will this involve cuts? Yes, of course, to every department, including the police department.
And so when we dismantle it, we get rid of that cancer.
When we said defund the police, the world woke up.
I really love that Black Lives Matters and other protesters have put this front and center to defund.
Defunding police means defunding police. If these reports are accurate, then these proposed cuts to the NYPD budget are a disingenuous illusion. This is not a victory. The freshman Democrat adding the fight to defund policing.
Now, the Democrats who have usually or mostly always supported the criminal side of America has found a way to utilize the police, I would say, to go after their political opponents now and to go after people who disagree with them with speech. So now suddenly they like the police, or they've just changed their view of police for political reasons. Now watch this. These were the same people saying how we need to get rid of the police, basically have a society of no police. Now this was said during Joe Biden's speech.
Let's not abandon our streets or choose between safety and equal justice. Let's come together and protect our communities, restore trust, and hold law enforcement accountable. That's why the Justice Department has required body cameras, banned chokeholds, and restricted no-knock warrants for its officers. That's why the American Rescue Plan that you all provided $350 billion that cities, states, and counties can use to hire more police, invest in more proven strategies. Proven strategies like community violence interruption, trusted messengers, breaking the cycle of violence and trauma, and giving young people some hope. We should all agree the answer is not to defund the police. It's to fund the police.
Oh, fund the police now.
Fund them. Fund them. Fund them with resources and training. Resources and training they need to protect our communities.
So I ask you, did the Democrats suddenly decide they want to support police, support law enforcement? Is it for some of the reasons I mentioned before? Or is it because the political winds have changed and they really have no moral compass? Anyway, you be the judge. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.